again. First of all, good morning. I will begin this event by acknowledging that we are located in the traditional and treaty territory of the Mississauga, Mississauga, and Chippewa nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaties First Nations, which include Curve Lake, Hiawatha, Otterville, Cobourg Island, Rama, Hoseley, and Georgina Islands First Nations. The town of Cobourg respectfully acknowledge that the Williams Treaties First Nations have been stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters, and that today remain vigilant over their health and in integrity for generations to come. We are all treaty people. My name is John Henderson. I am Mayor of the town of Cobourg. On behalf of the town, I'm pleased to welcome you to 107 King Street West, headquarters of the Cobourg Police Service today. Thank you for joining us for the announcement with Honourable David Piccini, our MPP for Northumberland, Peterborough South, along with the Cobourg Police Services Board, the Cobourg Police Service, and of course, Northumberland Community Futures Development Corporation. It is exciting to be here today because, as you know, Chief Paul Vandergraaf and the Cobourg Police Services Board are committed to bringing innovative ideas and unique collaborations to tackle our community's public safety and wellness needs. Our residents' well-being and safety will always remain one of our top priorities. As our communities grow, we do rely on the advocacy of our governmental partners. And today, I'm extremely excited to present Minister Piccini to share a very important announcement. Without further ado, Sir David Piccini to the podium at this time.
Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to be here with you all today. Thank you very much, Mayor Henderson. Chief, I appreciate your leadership here in the town of Cobourg, board, and everybody gathered here together today, members of council. I'm excited for today's announcement because it's a culmination of a lot of hard work that's taken place on behalf of Cobourg Police Service and a number of others. I'll first start by saying that the Ontario government, when we invested $267.6 million over 3 years through the Community Safety and Policing Grant Program, it really is designed to support, in a post-pandemic reality, building a better province, building Ontario, working collaboratively with all levels of government. And so what does that look like? Well, here in Cobourg, we're very fortunate. We have a very progressive police service that works actively with the CFDC. Wendy, thank you for being here. You and team here today. What's so exciting is every time I come to Cobourg and every time we work together, we're always thinking outside the box, be it at Fleming College recently, with the announcement of their campus and your leadership, Mayor Henderson, or be it the work being done at CFDC. I was really excited when I heard about the first ever Police Tech Accelerator and the work that's being done. This is really ensuring policing is well equipped in the 21st century. Nothing is more important in our communities than the safety and success of Ontarians. Through the Community Safety and Policing Grant Program, we're helping build, as a government, safer communities. And what's really exciting about this is it's not a one-size-fits-all approach from downtown Toronto. These are programs designed in community, by community, for community. This is helping ensure Ontario's police services have the resources they need to address the issues that matter most to their communities, and to ensure you have the tools and resources you need to do your jobs effectively. This builds, of course, on the $112 million the province has invested to combat guns and gang violence since 2018. The grant funding will help police services pay for personnel, training, equipment, engagement, education, as well as research and analysis. So I'm pleased to announce today that the Government of Ontario is investing here in the Cobourg Police Service over $800,000, $859,283 to be precise. This is going to support three important programs. First, Homelessness Addiction Response or HARP program. And I know the chief will elaborate more, so I'll just sort of give you a run of the three programs. The Youth Mental Health Engagement and Response Team, MHART program. And finally, integration of equity, diversity, and inclusion, EDI principles into day-to-day policing. These three programs are supporting our local police service, and I have to say, this is among the most successful community safety policing grant program recipients in all of Eastern Ontario. So you should be incredibly proud of your service for the work that they're doing with the Government of Ontario. It is truly historic in Eastern Ontario. So with that, I'd like to just close by thanking the men and women of both the police service and the auxiliary who get up each and every day to ensure we have a safe community. You work, I've been so impressed over the past number of years having the opportunity to join you for ride-alongs, your commitment to education, to communication, to engaging in our community, and I just can't thank you enough. I feel safe to live in this community. I'm glad knowing that we have these men and women protecting our community on a day-to-day basis. So to the board and to you, Chief and team, Deputy, I thank you all for your leadership in our community. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to the chair of the Police Services Board, Dean Pepper. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Honourable Minister Piccini, Mayor Henderson, Chief and Deputy Chief, and good morning to all gathered here today. It gives me great pleasure to be here this morning to mark such a significant grant to the Cobourg Police Service. And I'd like to thank the Honourable Minister Piccini for bringing the news on behalf of the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Solicitor General. This is another exciting announcement of support, showing the government's commitment to safety of all Ontarians. We are proud to be one of the services receiving the provincial support grant through the Community Safety and Policing Grant Program. And thank you to the Honourable Minister Piccini, who's been a long-time supporter of the Cobourg Police Service, regularly making time to discuss our community's needs. We continue to work towards our vision of being adaptive and trusted community partners in protecting the safety, security, and quality of life in the town of Cobourg. The Cobourg Community Safety and Policing Grants will support local priority issues impacting our community and province-wide priorities. The grant money will support important mental health and addiction initiatives, harnessing collaborative approaches, strengthening partnerships with social agencies, and improving localized response for better outcomes. The service will additionally enhance the EDI strategy and approaches to positively impact the safety and wellness of our community here in Cobourg. And again, thank you to the government and the Honourable Minister Piccini. On behalf of the Cobourg Police Service, the Cobourg Police Service Board, I would like to thank the province for the significant investment in the community safety, and policing grant, and continue actions towards providing a safe, crime-free Ontario. And at this point, I'd like to turn it over to our Chief, Paul Vandegraff. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Pepper, members of the Cobourg Police Services Board, for their support and their continued commitment to finding innovative and collaborative solutions to achieve our shared vision of a safe and vibrant town. To the Honourable MPP Piccini, Your Worship, Mayor Henderson, members of Town Council, our Northumberland CFDC partners, and our members here today, we are very proud to host this announcement. There's a high level of collaboration that went into the grant process, led by our CAO, Roger Amkison. Thanks to the hard work of our members and the support through the Venture 13 Police Tech Accelerator strategic partner, the Northumberland CFTC, led by the Executive Director, Wendy Curtis, our Business Development Officer, Joe Miller, who has worked tirelessly on these grants, and John Hayden, who are all here today. Thanks for coming out in this rain. Without your support, these types of great initiatives just don't occur. We are pleased to receive this investment from the province of Ontario through the Community Safety and Policing Grant Program. As was said, $859,000, basically almost $1 million, was granted to this community. This is a significant amount of money. This allows us to expand our capacity in 3 key areas. First, specific to increasing capacity to support youth, mental well-being, and addiction. Second, to establishing permanency to our piloted homelessness addiction response project. And third, to moving forward initiatives to integrate an EDI strategic plan. First, we will launch a youth-specific mental health engagement response, Harp Initiative, expanding on the amazing, great partnership we currently have. Constable Cindy Reeves, our Community Resource Officer here today, works closely with all of the schools in Cobourg. In addition to regular duties, Constable Reeves routinely joins behavior case conferences, violent threat risk assessments, and works closely with our Harp team, making referrals, connecting students to expert support services to address the emergence of increased youth-specific mental health occurrences. We are also happy to be joined today by our Harp team, Amy Erickson, our Harp social work, Constable Brent Sedgwick, and a new addition, Callie Mitchell from the Community Agency Forecast. Thanks to this additional funding, Ms. Mitchell will work alongside our officers and Constable Reeves to bring the addiction lens and expertise to the team, assisting with the engagement of individuals who are struggling with substance abuse concerns. Second, specific to our homeless addiction response project, or HARP, these additional funds will help address a steady rise in calls for service related to mental health, addiction, and public mischief, as well as a visible homelessness centered around the downtown core by creating the full-time HARP unit. Developed by Acting Staff Sergeant Janice McDonald, who's here today, and Constable Janet Bertrand, who worked last night and couldn't join us this morning, the HARP initiative focuses on increasing police presence in the downtown core with an emphasis on engagement with members of the community with the highest acuity who may be struggling with the homelessness, addiction, or mental health issues. The pilot program made inroads into establishing a consistent presence in the downtown core that allowed for continuous interaction and the buildup of trust from the public to those experiencing homelessness. Over the pilot, Acting Staff Sergeant McDonald and Constable Bertrand have worked closely with various agencies in Northumberland County, building essential partnerships with local community agencies, such as Transition House, Greenwood Coalition, and surrounding police services. Additionally, HARP participated in Northumberland County's Homelessness Coordinated Response Team, H-Court as we call it, sharing expertise and existing resources to support individuals and families experiencing homelessness in the county. Third, the final project these funds will support is our integration of equity, diversity, and inclusion principles into day-to-day policing here at the Cobourg Police Service. Specifically, we must continue to create an environment for all members to thrive and provide excellence to the community in every interaction. As our service expands our EDI strategic plan, a detailed diversity census tool will be prepared and rolled out to all staff and board members through an EDI coordinator. The data collected will help our service enhance our EDI strategy to ensure cultural readiness and global and local contextual awareness for all of our members. We want to ensure that we have the tools that our members need to serve this community and thrive in their roles, enhancing community safety, accountability, and trust. To our incredible team, many who are standing out here with the rain, I want to thank you for the work you do every day, showing up and showing great resiliency in the face of increased expectations, increased workload, and increased capacity. To our leaders and emerging leaders, some of whom are here today, who challenge the status quo bravely by bringing ideas forward and out-of-the-box innovative thinking, thank you. You are making Cobourg a better place to live and work. You are making the service more accountable, and ultimately you're making our service that much better. Thank you to the Ontario government and MPP David Piccini for supporting the Cobourg Police Service and police services across Ontario as we continue to work to find collaborative and innovative ways to tackle safety and wellness priorities facing our communities while eliminating crime to keep all Ontarians safe. Thank you, and I'll now turn it back to MPP Piccini.
Any questions?
Got a flight,
Bueller? No questions? Pete got it. Okay. Wish I got off that light and clean car.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, that will conclude this morning's event. I want to thank everybody for coming out in this